Hi friends, this is Casper the Boy Diviner here today, and I'm gonna attempt to do the 31 days of witchcraft in my own way, in my own manner. Whoops. I know it's supposed to be a one by one, day by day playthrough, and it's supposed to be in the same order that Heather Carter has kindly come up with. Her prompts are so good. I can't stop raving about those prompts, and I've really enjoyed the videos that I've seen from other people. I'm not able to do one question by one question videos because those will be really short, like a minute or so, because I don't know if I can talk so much about my practice just because maybe I'm not too familiar with my own practice. Maybe it's hard for me to put things into words. I also don't want to keep rambling about it, so I decided I shall group some of the questions together and do it in a mass setting. So today I'm going to cover 4 questions. 4 questions, day 1, day 2, day 3, and day 5. I'm skipping day 4 because day 4 is about your favorite element to work with. That has a lot of things I want to add on to, just because the Chinese version of the elements, there are 5 of them, and I do work with the Chinese elements time to time, so I felt like I wanted to dive in deeper on that, talk about the 5 Chinese elements, and then maybe talk about the Western elements, and I don't know, I haven't decided on what I want to do there, but right now I'm just keeping it to these 4 questions. Question 1, 2, 3, and 5. Just to summarize, it should appear on the screen right here. I'm going to just make it appear. Hopefully it appears. Hopefully I'm not dumb and I do it. Okay, so the first question is: your witchcraft secular, spiritual, or religious? So to really answer this question, I guess I'm a stickler for proper definition. What is secular? What is spiritual? And what's religious? So secular, when I googled this, it means not connected with religious or spiritual matters. So I'm guessing when you say that your witchcraft is secular, it's because you don't believe in anything, or you don't believe in the spiritual aspects, and you're just doing it because you just want the effects of it, or you feel like it would help you psychologically, scientifically. I'm guessing that is what it means. Number 2, spiritual. Spiritual relates or affects the human spirit or soul, as opposed to material or physical things. Okay, so that's number 2. And number 3, religious, it means relating to or believing in religion. And I guess overall, I don't know, I feel like my witchcraft is a combination of all 3. I can't say that it's one or the other, and I don't see them, I know secular states not connected with religious or spiritual matters, but I can do something for the secular reasons and also for religious reasons. That they're not opposing each other. Spiritual also talks about it not being material or physical things, but when I do magic, I want something physical to happen, right? I want some material result to happen. I don't want to just improve on my soul, I know we are all like, honestly, I am a person who does want to ascend. I do want to escape this cycle of rebirth and get into, happy place and get out of this whole cycle of samsara. But at the same time, when I'm doing all this magic, I am aiming for a physical, material effect. I was just talking to my friends about this, but it is important for me to know that our physical selves are as sacred as the soul and as the spirit. My physical self is not any less sacred than my soul. I need to treat both with importance, and based on this definition, the spiritual part of things seems to overemphasize on the soul because you're doing work on your soul but not on your body. And to me, that's at odds with my witchcraft. So I cannot say that I'm purely spiritual. I can say that I'm spiritual in the sense that I do want to work on my soul, but I'm definitely secular too, because I do want to do something that is physical. I know it might sound weird equating secular with material or physical, so maybe secular also can come in the form that you don't believe in the magic in a way, or you don't care whether the magic makes sense. And to me, I'm kind of secular because a lot of my spells that I do, I just do them to try it out. I'm of the belief that sometimes orthopraxy is more important than orthodoxy. I might be pronouncing it wrong, but anyway, orthopraxy is the belief that practicing something and following the steps will lead you to a certain outcome, whereas orthodoxy is when you understand the steps. You understand the steps, then do them, or something like that. Okay, so it's different. I don't believe that we need to believe in something. I believe that if we do the steps correctly, For example, if you click a switch, the light will turn on. We don't need to understand. We don't need to understand how the electricity flows from the power plant to my switch to the light. By following the steps in the spell, I should be able to come up with the same results, and this is what I mean by secular. I don't need to understand, I don't need to believe, I don't need to have a religious understanding or a spiritual understanding to do a spell and get the results. This is what I'm trying to say when I feel like part of my witchcraft is secular. At the same time, do I believe? Do I have a religious belief? Do I bring in religion to my magic? Yes! So, I have to say that it's all three. It's all three. My religious belief is kind of shaky. I do believe in Buddhism mainly. I love Buddhism. I love the concept of Buddhism, but because the Buddha is always like, if you ask him how was the universe created, he's like, hey, that doesn't concern you. Just focus on the path, focus on what you're supposed to do. You ask him what happens after death, he say, hey, I can tell you some stuff, but hello, you're supposed to be working on yourself, you're supposed to be meditating. Why are you caring about all these things that don't concern you? And I love the idea, but I am interested in those things, and even though Buddha does mention that these things are distractions, I am interested in it, so I do read up. So I do believe to some extent about the source, about the Hermetic God. You know, there are so many things that I read, and I don't feel like one belief means you can't believe in everything else. I do believe that everything I read, I can believe simultaneously. That's how my brain works. Okay, even sometimes they might be opposing to each other. There's been so many years since those stories were created, so many things have changed, and it's like a game of broken telephone. You know, how many of these myths were warped before they reached us? In any case, I might be rambling here, but my witchcraft is all of them. It's secular, it is spiritual, and it is religion. For the second question, do you work with any specific deities as part of your practice? Why or why not? So again, definitions, right? What's a deity? So a deity is someone with a divine status, quality, or nature. And if you talk about it in this definition, yes, I definitely work with deities. Are they specific? Sometimes, and sometimes not. When I read the tarot, T. Susan Chang's course that I took, there's a module that I have not finished yet. It is learning who you're talking to when you're doing the tarot. So when I'm shuffling the tarot cards, I should be connecting with the divine, right? Because I am boy diviner. But I don't know, I haven't decided who am I speaking to specifically, and I think that is a problem with my practice that I really want to consolidate or really look back again and really decide and go through those exercises that she mentioned. At the same time, when I'm casting spells, I do have specific deities. If you are interested, I have done a love oil and calling upon Apollo, because Apollo is great for love, especially for males. I have done road opener spells with Ganesha. I always chant to Guanxin Pusa, and once in a while Green Tara. I feel like all these are great, and I don't know, is there a why or why not? I feel like it is what I've always been doing. I'm interested to see from someone who doesn't, work with any specific deities. I'll be interested to see how that works. Recently, I've been working more with also spirits, and I don't know if spirit is considered a deity. Based on this definition, all of us are deities, right? Like we all have the divine spark, based on some beliefs. I think I'm rambling again here. If you enjoyed my rambling so far, please leave a like and subscribe. It really encourages me and helps me out with this channel. The next question, what area of your practice are you currently focusing on? I used to do more hoodoo kind of magic. I loved hoodoo delish. I loved how messy things can get. I was also a huge proponent, and I'm still a practitioner of chaos magic because of how grounded it is, how gritty it is. Like I mentioned, I think I talked about the chaos protocols so many times, and I talked about 6 ways. They have layers. Chaos Protocols is totally a chaos magic book, and it's the foundation to most of my practices. But recently I've gotten the book 7 Spheres. If you want to take a look at my review, you can check it out here. I really kind of enjoy doing the ceremonial magic part of it. I was also starting to read The Middle Pillar by Israel Regardie, but I decided maybe I should just put it on pause and really focus on the planetary spirits and also the hermetic way of doing things based on Rufus Opus. Another person that is a great resource for this is the Digital Ambler. I've been talking about him so many times, but I guess this is where I'm focusing my magic on now, my magic practice. I've also really embarked on one of the Gallery of Magic's books, Success Magic, and I'm hoping it really brings me success. I've always read their books, and I just never put things into practice. And I don't know why. I just felt, I don't know, lazy, uninspired. But this time I'm determined to really try to make a difference and finish that whole book of magic spells, Enochian magic. I feel like I'm gonna bring this back a bit, but the Gallery of Magic is all about orthopraxy. They don't need you to know how things work. You just do it, and you're supposed to get the results. So I'm hoping that works out for me. Okay, and then the last question here. Have you had a teacher in the craft? Have you taken a course or classes to help you learn witchcraft? How were your experiences? I do feel like this question can be answered in another video because this one has gone a bit too long. So I'll do that. I'll just answer that question in the next video and we'll see each other soon, okay? You guys have a great rest of the day. You take care. Bye!